In turn one of this game of Peel Croquet, Jeff Seuss starts out with a line shot on hoop 3 with the red ball. The graphic shows the clip position, which suggests that a reasonable line shot in the first turn of this game would be with red or black. Stephen Mulliner then lays a very short tice from a balk, pretty much forcing Jeff to shoot at it in turn 3. The reason is that once a Croquet is made in the first 4 turns, then the peeling requirement commences. And if in turn 3 Jeff Croquets Stephen's ball and does not make a peel or a hoop in that turn, then in 4th turn Mulliner gets a lift to position.
It is, but I'm not going to use it.
Mulliner won the toss and elected to go second, setting up this situation.
The rules in the opening are the same. I don't understand why they're doing that. Okay. See, with the opening, red needs to go through that wicket the correct way.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. And in a leap, it has to go through the...
You'll notice that there are no corner pegs. The advantages of shooting 6 inches outside the corner, such as hoping for a subsequent double target or avoiding a corner cannon, are far outweighed by the disadvantage of turning every lift to balk into a lift to position. And since every turn ends in at least a lift to balk, the corner pegs are superfluous. So with no peel nor leap opportunity, all Jeff can do is spread everything out as far as possible, since Stephen gets a lift to position in turn 4. This game is designed to prioritize peeling skills over long hit-ins and leave setting, thus the extended balk lines and the initial placement of the clips to allow peeling/leaping from the very beginning. As I'm sure you've figured out by now, a leap is just peel spelled backwards and is done by peeling any ball backwards through the hoop that it scored last. This graphic will appear at the end of each turn, showing clip positions, the hoops made by the striker ball in the previous turn, any leaps or peels, and the type of lift and the ball that was chosen to take it. For instance, since red is for hoop 3, to leap red, Stephen would have to peel it through 1 back, since the last hoop that red would have scored would have been 2. Since the striker can make 2 hoops before he has to do a peel or a leap, the pattern that you will see evolving is make 2 hoops, followed by a peel or a leap, then make 2 hoops and another peel or a leap, ad infinitum, or at least to the peg. Should blue get behind red on this hoop shot, he then would have the opportunity to peel it through 1 back, i.e. leaping it through hoop 2. Stephen Mulliner, of course, needs no introduction to the international croquet community, being, among many other things, the Secretary General of the World Croquet Federation, and he won the World Championships in 2016 on these very lawns. This game nearly went to the time limit of 2.5 hours. I've edited the video down to what I hope is a bearable hour and a half, but I think you'll find it worth your while because of the quality of the play of these 2 world-class competitors, the novelty of the format, and the intricacy of the ending. All that's been edited is ball retrieval and prolonged deliberation, of which there was an abundance. After Stephen hopefully makes hoop 3, he'll have to get a peel or a leap before he can make another hoop, and you'll notice a peelee and an escape ball sitting up at hoop 4, because yellow is for hoop 4. And he is required to perform the peel before he can make the hoop with the striker ball. And unlike in a peeling break in normal AC, the players are moving their clips as soon as they peel or leap anything so as to avoid confusion. And now he can make one more hoop before he has to get another peel or leap. And now he needs this peel on black through its hoop 5 before he can make any more hoops with blue. So the peelee's stuck, and having had red, there's no possibility of going back and using a cannon to finish the peel, so all he can do now is set a leave. And because he's made at least one hoop and at least one peel, the lift is only to balk. And because of the extended balk lines, to the extent that these lifts are spreads, they are more horizontal than diagonal. And the graphic now shows the new clip positions, the number of hoops made by the striker ball, any balls peeled or leaped by the striker ball, and the lift assigned to the ball that the opponent elected to play.
Okay.
Since no leap, peel, nor hoop was scored in that turn, the lift is to position.
That's all. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. That's great. All right. And
He can only make one back now before he has to get a peel, but you can see that he has black nicely in the jaws of 5. So with a good pioneer at 2 back, he should have no trouble extending his break.
or nothing at all. If you've got it on paper that his money's, yeah, good. Right. Right. Okay. All right.
And there are no hoop lifts in this game, so making one back
Great.
has no specific consequences.
Yeah.
And now he can make 2 more hoops.
Oh, that's great. Right. Right. I see. Yeah. But that's right. Okay. All right. That works great. Yeah.
There are interesting options here. Steven gets 1 more hoop, then he has to get a leap or a peel.
Right.
Yellow is for 5, so he could peel it back through 3 back, i.e. leap it through 4, and extend his break that way.
Yeah. 10% of hey. That's right. That's
He's
right.
not leaving himself in the skate balls, so he obviously doesn't plan to do that.
All right. Thanks a million.
His next option would be to to continue to break would be to peel yellow through 5. But clearly he wasn't planning to do that either. But with the black clip on 6 and the blue clip now to be on 4 back, he could actually just finish with a delayed triple, making 6 and 1 back, peeling 4 back, making 2 back and 3 back, peeling penult, and finishing with a rover peel and peg out. And I do have to give Jeff Sue credit for bringing the possible triple peel finish at this point to my attention. So blue made 4 hoops, got in 1 peel, and the lift again is to balk. And the leave is again pretty transverse because of the extended balk lines. Jeff will elect to play red. And as in standard AC, any lift can be declined if a lesser reward presents a more favorable position. Sharif said he was going to try out some new drones, but this is ridiculous. Red is for 3, blue is for 4 back. So after black makes 1 back, he can use 1 to peel and the others in the skate ball. An especially convenient way to extend a break in this format. And he's probably actually thinking about the triple peel finish that we mentioned earlier. In standard AC, he could have jaws blue and gotten away with it. But in peel croquet, he had to get the peel in order to extend his break.
Well, this game, the other thing is just a drill. This game is actually kind of cool.
With only red left to roquet, any mere mortal would probably bail out at this point. Mulliner is, however, used to running sextuples. And in that context, red was not an unreasonable 2-back pioneer.
Is Sullivan?
No. Look at that! Oh my God!
And he is a former world champion.
What's this guy's name?
This is Stephen Mulliner. He won the world championship here in '16.
Okay.
And he's the president of the World Croquet Federation. He's famous.
What?
He's famous. He runs sextuples routinely, stuff like that. And he's fun to video because he's so fast. I don't ever have to shut the camera off. You know, it's great.
And what's his rank in the world?
He's probably 5th in the world. Easily top 10. He's on every. He plays for England on every.
My goodness, I don't know whether Wiley would have classified this as aggressive or Monte Carlo style. But Jeff must be wondering if he's ever going to get a chance to make a hoop.
Oh, that's Robert Fulford?
Yeah.
That's Fulford. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He doesn't play as much as he used to, but he's still very well respected. Yeah.
Leaving blue to be peeled through Pinot and extending the break if he's able to make 3 back off yellow. And with red nicely positioned as a 4-back pioneer, the triple peel finish is still on.
Yes. Now, see, yellow is for 2.
That means the last hoop that it made, is for 5. The last hoop that it made is 4. So he has to peel it through 3 back. He has to back peel it through the last hoop that it made for it to count. And he's for 3 back, so what he was hoping to do was get a back peel, I think. But now he's got a tough hoop shot, so let's see what happens.
Jump these.
Oh yeah, I think he will jump this one. Oh, didn't work. Okay.
So black made 3 hoops, peeled blue through 4 back, and then the lift to balk is declined because of the short shot that yellow has on black. And at this point, the only hoop that's been scored by red and yellow is a peel of yellow through 4 by opponent.
See you both.
Putting blue in leaping position since his clip is on penult. That way he can extend his break after he makes 5 and 6 with yellow. And a rush leap is just as valuable as a rush peel can be. There's quite a bit more thinking about what comes next in this format. Most of it has been edited out. Black's clip is on 3 back, so its last hoop was 2 back. So he'll peel it through 1, which by definition is leaping it through 2 back.
Not quite. I don't think so. No, it came off the side.
Blue's clip is on 4 back, so he may have been thinking about leaping blue again. Not to extend the break, but just to move Blue's clip back 1 more hoop. Now he has to set a lead.
Was that opossum or no possum? Simon, opossum or no possum?
Is that your first strike?
The lift is to contact, so he really wanted that ball in the corner. And the lift to contact is declined for the more advantageous lift to balk. And he chose to play yellow because red is sitting over by hoop 3, which is its hoop, and it's also the second hoop of the break that yellow will get if it can make 3 back. That way he can peel red and extend his break. The lift to contact once again declined because of the rush provided by the fortuitous lift to balk. Since pegging out would be less than wise, there's no break to extend, and that peel was designed just to avoid giving a lift to contact. And since peeling is largely the point of this format, one is not allowed to peg out an opponent. You may peg out your partner ball, and it is counted as a peel if you do that. If you do go through the motions of pegging out, as it were, the striker ball before pegging out partner ball, it doesn't go in the box. It just stays on the lawn where it stopped rolling after it hit the peg, and its clip stays on the peg, and the opponent gets to use it. That's why it would be unwise to peg out the striker. In regular AC, this game would basically be over because peeling yellow through Quinault and Rover while taking red on a 9-hoop break to the peg is a challenge Jeff Sue would meet most of the time. However, to keep this break going, he has to get at least 2 other peels, probably peels or leaps on opponent. Jeff has played more up to his own high standards in the last couple of turns. He likewise needs no introduction to the international or American croquet audience, being a perpetual McRobertson Shield team member for the U.S. and holding multiple American championships in various formats, the latest of which is the USAC Nationals that he won in Palm Springs last month. Just out, obviously he was trying for the rush on yellow back to hoop 5. He needed that peel to make another hoop.
Are these yours? Excuse me. Are these yours? Are these yours?
Yeah.
Oh, you just
I was all ready to applaud you for a great turn.
Remotely controlled zoom, so I don't have to reach up here to. We need to talk about that because the live streaming I did from the Nationals in Palm Springs, I had an encoder and a modem and stuff because the Wi-Fi sucks out there. But live stream is the platform I use, and they will help us set the whole thing up, free. And I think I'm going to be in a position to help support this pretty soon. And this is what I want to focus on is promoting the sport. Yeah, so that'd be great. Well, I'll set up a meeting so you and I can sit there for 2 or 3 hours and figure out what direction all this stuff should go. Good. Thank you very much. Since blue is for the peg, it could be leaped by peeling it through hoop 5, and yellow, of course, is for rover. So it's the same peely, leapy pair that we saw earlier, where he can use either ball to extend his break and use the other one as an escape ball.
That's got to feel good. Our master English gardener flown in specifically for this purpose. Darn. If he'd gotten that Rover peel, he could have finished.
Just like your hot water tank at home. All right. It is dangerous.
It is.
It is.
appeal, and I needed to go rush back to Pinellas. And
Yeah.
so, it's just possible. Yes. For a while, I was thinking I was going to lose without scoring a hoop.
And my good friend had one particular in Mexico. Esperanza Medina Harmon. He's got a tournament for him. I've been there. In San Miguel de Allende. Have you been?
Yeah, no.
No? Cuba.
Mexico, no, I know Mexico.
Yeah.
San Miguel Allende, I know, but Cuba, nice.
It looks like an angel.
Yeah, very big.
But I don't know. I gotta see. I can't rent out that far in advance, but I don't know what I'm doing. If I am living out there, they did text us. So they like it. So that was yeah. So now next week. Yeah, I'm so glad we go right here. I'm just looking at you and I didn't know you had done it, so it worked out great. I was going to do it tomorrow. Check out Wednesday. Wednesday, 3/28. Then new people over 29th. And so only once.
You say 23
Next
again.
Wednesday.
23. Sorry.
28th.
28.
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
My little problem.
28 is next.
And then the other one,
2106.
that's 2106.
Stay for a couple of days.
They stay, yeah, so the next one, 2104 is clean, right?
21. Yes.
Okay, they checked in yesterday. They checked out Sunday.
We started out by very long.
Sunday,
I'm sorry.
2104.
Okay, Sunday? What's Sunday? What
They
day?
check out the 25th. So Monday or Sunday, 2104. Okay, that's fine. And then Easter. Okay, Thursday. Check out. So Monday, Thursday.
Yeah. The Sunday night,
2104.
early.
And then Thursday.
And then
2104. And then Wednesday. 2106.
yeah, better, but that's
And then, yeah, I mean, then Friday, Sunday, April 4th.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so April 4th. No school. But it's okay, you can do it on the 8th or 9th. But also,
7,
April 4th. Check in.
7. Yeah, 4 okay, 6 okay. 7 I'm here, but 6 in the morning I can do.
Okay, no problem. We could do it at maybe, no, because they're there till the 7th. So, wait, let's look.
Sunday, I'm not.
April Fool, anytime. That's open. It's
Yeah.
Fool to the 4th.
It's open.
Nobody told April 4th.
But April 4 need a cleaner or not?
Yeah, April 1st. Unless it's June.
So okay, these are things I'm willing.
Okay, and then,
Only, if you don't remember, say 7 and then here.
Thursday, you do this next Thursday, 29th. Yeah,
Yeah, I have it.
Wednesday.
Yes.
Tuesday, April 3rd, 21 till 6. Tuesday, April 3rd. Yeah, yeah. Tuesday, April 3rd. Tuesday, April 3rd.
The rover peel was done to make finishing on the next turn easier, maybe avoid a left to contact, not to extend the break.
We moved. I got to leave this afternoon. We moved this game today so we get the best of players and video.
Once again, he's not going to peg out red, because if you peg out only one of your balls, that ball stays on the lawn where it stopped rolling after it hit the peg. The clip stays on the peg and the opponent gets to use it. So tactically, you only peg out when you can peg out both of your balls. Trying unsuccessfully to leap yellow through rover, the last hoop that it was peeled through.
Nobody can win this.
I think Mulliner is auditioning for a role in a remake of Chariots of Fire, that British classic from the early 80s. But I think he hasn't had red yet, so no, bounced off. So he's not going to finish. But maybe he can.
He's not going to finish the turn? What do you mean? He's not going to finish the game.
Not going to finish the game. He'd like. Oh, because he. That's right. He hasn't had a peel, so you get contact exactly. The game is designed to demonstrate. And he didn't get it. Yes. Sorry about the partisan exuberance there. Because he didn't get the peel of blue or the leap of yellow, Jeff gets a lift to contact.
Where any ball can be the striker ball.
Oh, right.
And both of his balls are good. So he'll take contact on one of Steven's balls and try to get behind red. So let me take contact on my guess from blue. Try to get.
Yes.
Many of these players excel in this.
These two, yeah.
These two.
Yeah. And Danny Johnson has done very well.
Is he going to get to the rest?
No.
Two jokers on
That's pretty good. I wish I could do that.
And Mike said Sharif played a perfect game against him. I didn't see it. So Sharif likes all this angel piece stuff, which is what basically got us all addicted to the game. But I mean,
It's going to be light and all this. Look at that. Shoot, I think they can bang out.
yep, he's about to do that. He's about to do that.
What are the consequences of this game? All pacing around like he does.
What or what? There's no consequences. Didn't even show up on Croquet's
No, in the event. This event.
Oh, this is still the game.
Still one.
These two are going to be. Sure.
So there really isn't any consequences because it's preordained that they use.
Pretty much, I think. Woo! That was a remarkable game.
It's on now.
Remarkable game. Holy moly.
Proving once again that it's not over till it's over. Sue was down 18-6 when he finally got in and made a game of it. And of course he started with 5 of those. And not that we need more analysis in croquet, but this format certainly lends itself to that. For instance, the difference in the game of 2 hoops was more than accounted for by Sue's 2 leaps on opponent and or Mulliner's 2 peels on opponent.